Hi, I'm Lee. I work with some guys at I Want My Name, and we're all floating around the conference right now. We're a domain registrar, and lately we've been working on responsive design and using Phoenix and working a little bit with Elm and other JavaScript libraries, and I just thought I'd take my thoughts on how channels and Elm help us with responsive design patterns. Now first, I know this is largely a back-end crowd, so what's a responsive design pattern? This is the Whitney Logo. It's an art museum, and recently they've wanted to unify their branding and across all platforms, and they commissioned this, and they call it the responsive W. And this is how they design their branding every time. And for every ad, they have a responsive design pattern. Now this seems quite simple, but sometimes very hard things seem simple. Ask Chris about presence. But this is what they actually design. So you see all the angles, you see the data they're trying to put into their logo so that they can make advertisements. And you can see what they're thinking about while they're making new ads and be able to produce them quickly. Now, how does this apply to web design? Well, this is probably been banging our head against since the iPhone came out, but more constructively since 2010. And I just want to get into how do channels and kind of Elm's capabilities. You can do this in Ohm and React as well. I've done it, but Elm exposes this API a little, or this strategy a little better. So the first thing that Elm has, which is really nice, is you can embed it into sections of the website. So you take isolated apps, you embed an Elm app directly into a small section, which it redraws. This is great. But the added benefit is you can pin channels and tune them in to very discrete amounts of data. So you don't really worry about a view layer, you don't worry about anything else. You just have data coming in and then you design around it. The static typing actually helps when you're talking to a designer. So if you're passing in some sort of float, they know what it is immediately. Let's say it's money. And there are certain design patterns they can be taking from the real world on how to handle money, how to display it to a user. And this has been helpful because as they're designing multiple iterations as a pattern to display data, it's helpful for them to think of it as it is kind of in the database without some extra layers of abstraction. And the templating is really, really clean. Templating in Elm is directly hinged into the model. You see the model, you update the model, and then you get new templates out of it, or new data do that. But this abstract way is very similar to the Whitney design pattern. You have ideas of models, you put them in, and then you have a design that, let's say, reacts to what's going around. And that's it. Again, I want my name. I did the tagline, don't tell our copywriter. All right, I'm done. Thank you.